Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Eclectic Astrology channel. Just a quick voice note for you all listeners, avid fans of astrology and psychology, because this channel is all about uncovering the self in various forms and the complexities that is the human being. The human being, the more I discover and get into these podcasts, I discover that it's anything but simple. We are all multi layered, multi dimensional creatures. And in this channel, we are trying to unlock it through Vedic astrology, bridging it with things like Enneagram, the Myers-Briggs model, the NLP model, the multiple intelligence model, and so on and so forth. Anyway, the multi-dimensional Nakshatras series, what is it about? Those series uncover the basic bridge between the Vedic astrology nakshatras as well as the Enneagram, the 9 types of Enneagram, and the 16 types of MBTI. Now, as you know, there are 27 nakshatras. So, building a bridge is the attempt of these multidimensional nakshatra series. So, as you go through this different one of 27 nakshatras, you will figure out the different bridges that are possible between MBTI model, the 16 types, how it ties into the nakshatra, as well as the different Enneagram types which can possibly link to Pushya nakshatra. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, my nakshatras are scattered in different planets, in different houses and so on. It becomes highly complex. How do I figure that one out? Well, for that, there will be upcoming case studies which really gets into the deep dive mode. But before that, there are these multidimensional nakshatras. First, I urge you to go through the whole thing, see which nakshatra or which planet is sitting, and do your sort of own little homework, so to speak. Do your own little homework to see what is bridging in my chart, which planet is sitting, what is the function of the planet. Mars, for example, is drive and logic. Ketu is, for example, detachment and higher thinking, sort of a liberalistic thinking. Rahu is more obsession. Saturn is about work. Mercury is about intellect. Sun is about your thought process. Moon is about your emotions. You can try this on your own chart and the charts of your family, friends, and so on. So, first measure I would suggest is go through each one of these multidimensional nakshatras. The podcasts are scheduled up till 2027, so there's lots of it upcoming, and already scheduled to premiere on different dates. You can see that. So I suggest to subscribe if you are a serious student of astrology who's also interested in some degree of psychology. Because, folks, let's face it, here is where I come from in this channel. Unless we know what the embodiment of soul is with respect to the mind, the complexities of the mind, that's where the soul is embodied, and the drives of the subconscious mind, we will not know what talents we have. And we are increasingly approaching an age where it will be vital for us to help our young people, our children, our students, the youth, in discovering their talents and abilities rather than thinking this profession or that profession. As you know, and as you can see in 2025, after the advent of the AI, lots of jobs are getting lost. People are losing the jobs and trying to figure out what must I do next. Now, this channel and all the content it provides with regard to uncovering your personality with respect to Vedic astrology and using all the models that are out there, I'm trying to bring to you a depth of content which is focused on uncovering yourself, your talents, your work preferences, where you would function best, and what you would enjoy the most. Yes? So this is where I'm going with the whole content. So multidimensional nakshatras. It's a bridge between the nakshatras, the 27 nakshatras of Vedic astrology, MBTI, the 16 types, as well as the 9 types of Enneagram. So enjoy.
The multi-dimensional Anuradha Nakshatra. Did you ever wonder why some people seem to command deep loyalty, form powerful connections, and inspire others with their resilience? They don't seek attention for the sake of it. They build relationships, networks, and influence through trust, devotion, and an almost magnetic intensity. When you think about it, these are the ones who combine discipline with warmth, who can be both fiercely independent and deeply devoted, who create success through alliances rather than isolated ambition. Their power isn't in dominance, it's in emotional intelligence, perseverance, and their ability to cultivate deep, lasting bonds. Is it any wonder that Anuradha Nakshatra, ruled by Saturn and symbolized by the lotus, carries the energy of loyalty, determination, and structured relationships? This is the nakshatra of diplomats, mentors, spiritual guides, and leaders who thrive on building something greater than themselves. Anuradha natives don't just pursue personal success, they ensure that those around them grow as well, forming deep partnerships that stand the test of time. Look at the mentors, diplomats, social leaders, and trusted advisors who gain influence through patience, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to their values. Whether in politics, leadership, psychology, or healing professions, they are masters of emotional depth, able to inspire devotion while maintaining control and discipline. They don't just build careers, they build alliances, strengthening their position through trust, reliability, and strategic loyalty. And what makes them so powerful? It's their ability to balance ambition with cooperation, self-control with passion, and leadership with service. Unlike Vishaka's aggressive push for success or Swati's independent, free-spirited nature, Anuradha moves with strategic patience, always thinking long-term, ensuring that their efforts result in something stable, meaningful, and enduring. They are the loyal warriors, the trusted confidants, the ones who lead through quiet strength and unshakable integrity. But here's what's most fascinating. Anuradha's power isn't just in leadership, but in emotional resilience. Whether through friendships, partnerships, or mentorship, they understand that true power lies not in control, but in influence, not in force, but in the ability to form deep, unbreakable bonds. They don't seek superficial success. They seek purpose, creating a network of people and ideas that thrive under their guidance. So the next time you meet someone who inspires deep trust, who builds lasting connections, who balances discipline with devotion, and who thrives on patience and perseverance, ask yourself, are they channeling the structured, magnetic force of Anuradha? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just leaders. They are the architects of loyalty, the ones who remind us that true influence isn't just about ambition. It's about the people who stand by you on the journey. The multi-dimensional Anuradha Nakshatra, the MBTI connection. Did you ever notice how some people form deep, meaningful connections while maintaining a quiet yet commanding presence? They don't rush toward success with brute force. They build alliances, gain influence through trust, and establish themselves as the backbone of any group they belong to. When you think about it, these are the ones who navigate life with discipline, devotion, and a natural ability to inspire loyalty. Their power isn't in personal ambition alone. It's in perseverance, emotional intelligence, and the ability to sustain relationships that stand the test of time. Is it any wonder that Anuradha Nakshatra aligns with MBTI types that thrive on structured leadership, emotional depth, and relational influence? The INFJ, INTJ, and ENFJ, each in their own way, mirror Anuradha's ability to inspire trust, lead with quiet strength, and cultivate lasting connections. They don't just focus on success for themselves. They build networks, mentor others, and ensure that what they create is both meaningful and enduring. The INFJ, the advocate, is Anuradha's spiritual guide and mentor, balancing introspection with a deep commitment to those they care about. Like Anuradha, they are reserved yet powerful, forming deep bonds and leading with wisdom, integrity, and emotional intelligence. They don't seek influence for personal gain. They seek to uplift others, forming alliances that are based on trust, authenticity, and long-term vision. Their leadership is gentle yet commanding, making them natural mentors, advisors, and visionaries. Then there's the INTJ, the mastermind, the one who sees long-term strategies, values loyalty, and ensures that every step they take leads to sustainable success. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns so well with Anuradha's patient, disciplined nature? INTJs, like Anuradha, don't believe in rushing toward results. They build carefully, ensuring that their actions lead to meaningful, lasting achievements. Their strength lies in strategic thinking, long-term commitment, and an unshakable sense of purpose. And what about the ENFJ? the protagonist, the one who thrives on deep connections, guiding others toward growth and leading through persuasion and inspiration. Unlike the introspective INFJ or the calculating INTJ, the ENFJ channels Anuradha's ability to build loyalty through charisma, trust, and emotional insight. They don't just form alliances, they nurture them, ensuring that everyone around them feels seen, valued, and supported. Their leadership isn't about dominance, it's about bringing people together, fostering cooperation, and ensuring that no one is left behind. So, when you meet someone who balances discipline with warmth, who builds relationships that last, who moves with quiet confidence and an unwavering sense of purpose, ask yourself, are they channeling the devoted, structured force of Anuradha? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just influential. They are the mentors, the connectors, the ones who remind us that true power isn't about standing alone. It's about the trust, loyalty, and relationships we build along the way. The multi-dimensional Anuradha Nakshatra, the Enneagram connection. Did you ever wonder why some people seem to command deep trust, build powerful alliances, and inspire unwavering loyalty? They don't seek leadership through force or dominance. They earn it through wisdom, patience, and emotional intelligence. When you think about it, these are the ones who move through life with quiet strength, forming deep relationships, leading with devotion, and ensuring that their influence is felt long after they've left the room. Their power isn't in aggression, it's in perseverance, resilience, and the ability to foster connections that stand the test of time. Is it any wonder that Anuradha Nakshatra aligns with Enneagram types that thrive on structured leadership, long-term commitment, and the ability to inspire trust? The loyalist, type 6, the helper, type 2, and the reformer, type 1, each in their own way, mirror Anuradha's ability to form deep bonds, lead with emotional intelligence, and sustain relationships that bring both stability and growth. They don't just move through life, they build lasting foundations, ensuring that everything they do has meaning, purpose, and long-term impact. The loyalist type 6 is Anuradha's guardian of trust, the one who values security, devotion, and long-standing commitments. Like Anuradha, they build deep, unwavering relationships, ensuring that those they care about are protected and supported. They are not reckless. They think ahead, anticipate challenges, and ensure that everything they commit to is solid, stable, and long-lasting. Their loyalty is unbreakable, making them powerful allies, trusted advisors, and the backbone of any community they serve. Then there's the helper type 2, the one who thrives on nurturing, guiding, and emotionally supporting others. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns with Anuradha's deeply relational, emotionally intelligent energy? Type 2s, like Anuradha, build influence through care, devotion, and an intuitive ability to connect with others on a profound level. They don't just form friendships, they create lifelong bonds, ensuring that those around them feel valued, supported, and uplifted. Their leadership comes not from authority, but from emotional wisdom, making them natural mentors, healers, and guides. And what about the reformer, type 1? The one who leads with integrity, discipline, and an unwavering sense of purpose. Unlike the security-focused type 6 or the nurturing type 2, the type 1 channels Anuradha's structured, ethical, and responsibility-driven approach to leadership. They don't just connect with people, they guide them toward higher standards, ensuring that everything they do is meaningful, ethical, and long-term in its impact. Their presence is one of discipline and quiet power, making them figures of great trust and respect. So when you meet someone who inspires loyalty, builds deep and lasting relationships, leads with quiet strength, and ensures that their influence is felt through trust rather than force, ask yourself, are they channeling the devoted, resilient force of Anuradha? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just leaders. They are the protectors, the mentors, the trusted guides who remind us that true influence is not about control. It's about the depth, trust, and commitment we build with others. The multi-dimensional Pushya Nakshatra. Did you ever wonder why some people seem to radiate a quiet strength, offering stability and guidance to those around them? They don't seek the spotlight, nor do they demand recognition, yet their presence alone feels grounding, reassuring, and unwavering. When you think about it, these are the ones who nurture, protect, and uplift, creating a foundation upon which others can grow. Their power isn't in dominance, it's in devotion, service, and wisdom. Is it any wonder that Pushya Nakshatra, ruled by Saturn and symbolized by the nourishing udder of a cow, carries the energy of sustenance, discipline, and divine protection? This is the nakshatra of caretakers, mentors, and spiritual guides, those who provide both material and emotional nourishment. Pushya natives don't seek fleeting success. They build legacies, ensuring that what they create endures, strengthens, and benefits the world in the long run. Look at the teachers, healers, leaders, and guardians who seem to carry a deep sense of responsibility, wisdom, and patience. Whether in education, medicine, politics, or spiritual practice, they offer stability in times of uncertainty, wisdom in moments of doubt, and a sense of security when everything else is unstable. They don't act for personal gain. They act because it is their nature to serve, to uphold tradition, and to ensure that others are taken care of. And what makes them so powerful? It's their ability to balance authority with compassion, to know when to discipline and when to nurture, when to enforce structure and when to allow growth. Unlike the fluid adaptability of Punarvasu or the sharp intensity of Ardra, Pushya moves with deliberate patience, ensuring that every action is aligned with a greater purpose. They are builders of institutions, protectors of tradition, and pillars of strength for those who seek guidance. But here's what's most fascinating. Pushya's power isn't just in providing stability, but in shaping the future through disciplined nurturing. Whether in family, career, or spiritual practice, they understand that true success isn't about momentary victories. It's about what is sustained, what is passed down, and what continues to thrive long after they are gone. Their strength is not about control. It's about service, legacy, and responsibility towards something greater than themselves. So the next time you meet someone who moves with wisdom, who offers guidance without ego, who builds and nurtures with patience and care, ask yourself, are they channeling the steady, unwavering force of Pushya? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just responsible. They are the protectors, the sustainers, the ones who remind us that true strength lies in service, and that what we build for others is what truly lasts. The multi-dimensional Pushya Nakshatra, the MBTI connection. Did you ever notice how some people naturally take on the role of protector, guide, and stabilizer? They don't seek power for its own sake, nor do they chase fleeting success. Instead, they build, nurture, and sustain, ensuring that everything they touch is structured, secure, and designed to last. When you think about it, these are the ones who offer guidance without demanding recognition, who lead through quiet authority, who dedicate themselves to service and responsibility. Is it any wonder that Pushya Nakshatra aligns with MBTI types that embody stability, discipline, and a deep sense of duty? The ISFJ, INFJ, and ESTJ, each in their own way, mirror Pushya's protective, structured, and service-oriented nature. They don't seek power through dominance. They lead by creating systems, offering wisdom, and ensuring that what they build endures. The ISFJ, the defender, is Pushya's nurturing core, always ensuring that the people and institutions they care about are protected, well-structured, and supported. Like Pushya, they thrive in roles of service, whether as caregivers, educators, or community leaders, always focused on creating a strong foundation for others to grow upon. Their strength isn't in commanding. It's in their ability to foster stability, maintain tradition, and offer unwavering support. Then there's the NFJ, the advocate, the one who guides with deep wisdom and an almost mystical understanding of human nature. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns with Pushya's spiritual and nurturing essence? INFJs, like Pushya, carry a quiet but profound influence, leading not with force, but with insight, patience, and a deep-rooted commitment to something greater than themselves. They are the ones who offer long-term vision, guiding people toward personal and collective transformation with care and integrity. And what about the ESTJ, the executive, the one who ensures that order, structure, and tradition are upheld? Unlike the deeply introspective ISFJ and INFJ, the ESTJ embodies Pushya's leadership through discipline and organization. They don't just create stability, they enforce it, making sure that everything functions smoothly and efficiently. They thrive in building institutions, running organizations, and maintaining order, ensuring that whatever they establish is strong, sustainable, and beneficial to the collective. So when you meet someone who dedicates themselves to structure, service, and legacy, who leads without ego, but with an unwavering sense of duty, ask yourself, are they channeling the disciplined, protective force of Pushya? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just responsible. They are the guardians, the sustainers, and the ones who remind us that true leadership is about what we build, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. The multi-dimensional Pushya Nakshatra, the Enneagram connection. Did you ever wonder why some people naturally take on the role of protector, mentor, and builder, ensuring that everything around them is structured, nurtured, and secure? They don't seek power for themselves, nor do they chase recognition. They serve, they guide, they uphold tradition. When you think about it, these are the ones who lead through quiet authority, who build lasting foundations, who dedicate themselves to responsibility and the well-being of others. Their strength isn't in dominance, it's in commitment, discipline, and unwavering service. Is it any wonder that Pushya Nakshatra aligns with Enneagram types that embody duty, structure, and a deep-rooted sense of care? The helper, type 2, the perfectionist, type 1, and the loyalist, type 6, each in their own way, mirror Pushya's stabilizing, nurturing, and protective essence. They don't just exist in the world, they hold it together, ensuring that everything and everyone is cared for, supported, and secure. The helper, type 2, is Pushya's heart-centered caretaker, always ensuring that others have what they need to grow, thrive, and feel supported. Like Pushya, they find their purpose in service, in nurturing relationships, in creating emotional security. They don't seek power for themselves. They seek to uplift others, to offer warmth and guidance, to ensure that those in their care never feel abandoned. Their love is devoted, steadfast, and deeply protective, just like Pushya's natural inclination to nourish and safeguard. Then there's the perfectionist, type 1, the one who enforces structure, discipline, and higher moral principles. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns with Pushya's Saturnian energy of responsibility and order? Type 1s like Pushya believe in duty, tradition, and maintaining the integrity of systems. They don't just nurture others emotionally, they build frameworks that ensure long-term stability and ethical responsibility. They lead not through charisma, but through unshakable commitment to what is right, proper, and lasting. And what about the loyalist, type 6? The one who builds security, trusts in systems, and ensures that everything functions as it should. Unlike the open-hearted nurturing of type 2 or the moral discipline of type 1, the type 6 embodies Pushya's protective instinct, always looking out for the collective good, ensuring that everyone is safe, prepared, and taken care of. They trust tradition, rely on structure, and make sure that nothing falls apart under their watch. Their leadership isn't about personal power. It's about creating environments where people can thrive without fear or instability. So when you meet someone who dedicates themselves to service, who builds not for themselves but for the greater good, who carries the weight of responsibility with quiet dignity, ask yourself, are they channeling the sustaining, protective force of Pushya? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just disciplined. They are the caretakers, the guardians, the ones who remind us that true strength is in what we nurture, protect, and leave behind for future generations. The multi-dimensional Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Did you ever wonder why some people seem to carry a quiet but profound wisdom, as if they have already experienced the depths of existence and emerged with unshakable understanding? They don't chase recognition or success. They seek inner mastery, embracing life's mysteries with patience, depth, and spiritual detachment. When you think about it, these are the ones who move through life with a sense of calm authority, offering deep insights while remaining anchored in stillness, unaffected by chaos. Their power isn't an outward force. It's in internal mastery, emotional depth, and their ability to hold space for transformation without resistance. Is it any wonder that Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, ruled by Saturn and symbolized by the back legs of a funeral cot, carries the energy of deep wisdom, spiritual transcendence, and inner mastery? This is the nakshatra of sages, mystics, and those who have embraced the cycles of life and death, understanding that true strength comes from surrender rather than control. Uttara Bhadrapada natives don't seek power for its own sake. They seek wisdom, fulfillment, and a deeper connection to the universe. Look at the spiritual teachers, philosophers, scholars, and wise mentors who carry themselves with a serene detachment, operating from a place of deep knowledge and inner stability. Whether in spirituality, psychology, healing, or introspective leadership, they thrive in roles that require patience, introspection, and the ability to guide others towards self-realization. They don't react impulsively. They process, reflect, and then respond with timeless wisdom. And what makes them so powerful? It's their ability to surrender to life's flow while maintaining profound inner strength, their patience in waiting for the right moment, and their understanding that true mastery isn't about control, it's about deep acceptance. Unlike Purva Bhadrapada's fiery intensity or Shatabisha's radical intellectualism, Uttara Bhadrapada moves with serene wisdom, ensuring that their knowledge is applied with depth, care, and purpose. They are the spiritual anchors, the silent guides, the ones who remind us that true power comes not from resisting life, but from fully understanding and flowing with it. But here's what's most fascinating. Uttara Bhadrapada's power isn't just about transcendence, but about deep emotional and psychological mastery. Whether through meditation, healing, or deep introspection, they understand that stillness contains infinite power and that true transformation happens not through external force, but through inner evolution. They don't just experience life. They observe, absorb, and embody its wisdom. So, the next time you meet someone who seems to possess an ancient wisdom, who remains unshaken by the world's chaos, who embraces both the depth and lightness of existence, ask yourself, are they channeling the deeply evolved, serene force of Uttara Bhadrapada? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just wise. They are the mystics, the spiritual teachers, the ones who remind us that true enlightenment isn't about escaping the world. It's about fully understanding and integrating it. The multi-dimensional Uttarapada Nakshatra, the MBI connection. Did you ever notice how some people carry an aura of deep wisdom, moving through life with a quiet but profound sense of purpose? They don't seek external validation or fleeting success. They search for deeper meaning, often retreating into solitude to reflect, process, and emerge with transformative insights. When you think about it, these are the ones who see beyond the surface, who patiently observe and absorb, who offer wisdom when it's needed most, but never waste energy on unnecessary distractions. Their power isn't in external ambition, it's in inner mastery, patience, and the ability to bring a timeless perspective to life's challenges. Is it any wonder that Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra aligns with MBTI types that thrive on introspection, depth, and a connection to wisdom beyond the material world? The INFJ, INTP, and INTJ, each in their own way, mirror Uttara Bhadrapada's deep thinking, reflective, and spiritually evolved nature. They don't seek leadership for power's sake. They lead through insight, understanding, and the ability to see what others miss. The INFJ mystic is Uttara Bhadrapada's compassionate guide, blending intuition with profound understanding to help others find meaning and purpose. Like Uttara Bhadrapada, they prefer deep conversations over small talk, self-reflection over mindless action, and long-term impact over temporary recognition. They naturally act as mentors, healers, and spiritual guides, helping others navigate their internal worlds. Then there's the INTP, the philosopher, the one who seeks ultimate truth, exploring knowledge beyond societal norms, and questioning everything along the way. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns with Uttara Bhadrapada's detached, deeply intellectual energy? INTPs, like Uttara Bhadrapada, spend their lives seeking understanding, often preferring solitude so they can explore abstract ideas, spiritual truths, and hidden knowledge. They don't just accept reality, they analyze it, break it apart, and reconstruct it in a way that makes sense on a deeper level. And what about the INTJ, the mastermind, the one who combines wisdom with strategy, ensuring that their vision is not just theoretical, but practical. Unlike the INFJ's emotional depth or the INTP's abstract logic, the INTJ channels Uttara Bhadrapada's ability to see the bigger picture, working behind the scenes to build structures that will last beyond their lifetime. They possess a rare ability to synthesize complex information into actionable wisdom, making them powerful visionaries and intellectual architects. So, when you meet someone who operates from a place of deep knowledge, who is unshaken by external pressures, who speaks only when they have something truly valuable to say, ask yourself, are they channeling the wise, introspective force of Uttara Bhadrapada? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just intellectuals. They are the seekers, the mystics, the ones who remind us that true wisdom isn't about proving how much you know. It's about knowing when to share your insights and when to remain in stillness. The multi-dimensional Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, the Enneagram connection. Did you ever wonder why some people move through life with an aura of deep wisdom, preferring contemplation over action, seeking meaning over material success? They don't chase recognition or validation. They seek truth, inner mastery, and a connection to something greater than themselves. When you think about it, these are the ones who don't fear solitude, who reflect deeply before they speak, who embrace patience and surrender as paths to ultimate wisdom. Their power isn't in external displays. It's in stillness, emotional depth, and their ability to see life from a higher perspective. Is it any wonder that Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra aligns with Enneagram types that thrive on introspection, deep understanding, and a sense of spiritual or philosophical purpose? The investigator, type 5, the peacemaker, type 9, and the reformer, type 1, each in their own way, mirror Uttara Bhadrapada's profound depth, patience, and unwavering commitment to higher truths. They don't seek to control the world. They seek to understand it, to bring order and meaning, and to share wisdom with those who are ready to receive it. The investigator, type 5, is Uttara Bhadrapada's truth seeker, constantly seeking to understand the mysteries of life, often preferring solitude to process their insights. Like Uttara Bhadrapada, they detach from emotional distractions, preferring intellectual and spiritual pursuits that allow them to uncover deep truths. They value wisdom over status, often acting as hidden thinkers, researchers, and visionaries who work quietly but impact the world profoundly. Then there's the peacemaker, type 9, the one who moves with calmness, preferring harmony, introspection, and spiritual contemplation over external validation. Isn't it obvious why this type aligns with Uttara Bhadrapada's serene, detached, and wise energy? Type 9s, like Uttara Bhadrapada, have a deep connection to the unseen, operating with patience and a quiet strength that makes them natural guides, mentors, and holders of sacred wisdom. They prefer to avoid unnecessary conflict, choosing instead to flow with the rhythms of life, seeking inner and outer peace. And what about the reformer, type 1? The one who seeks order, truth, and higher principles, ensuring that their actions align with an internal code of ethics. Unlike the knowledge-seeking type 5 or the harmony-driven type 9, the type 1 channels Uttara Bhadrapada's sense of duty, ensuring that their wisdom is applied in ways that improve themselves and the world around them. They don't just accumulate knowledge, they strive to live by it, ensuring that their insights lead to lasting impact. So when you meet someone who moves with quiet strength, who seeks wisdom beyond the material world, who values patience and understanding over impulsive action, ask yourself, are they channeling the introspective, spiritually evolved force of Uttara Bhadrapada? Because when you really think about it, they aren't just wise. They are the mystics, the sages, the silent thinkers who remind us that true mastery isn't about changing the world. It's about understanding it at the deepest level.